Hi, I'm Laurent Goldstein and welcome to Beeswell Studio. About 6 weeks ago, I attended Planted Expo in Vancouver. I've always been interested in innovation in the vegan and planted-based lifestyle, and I was absolutely fascinated to see that there was a booth that was dedicated to innovation in the shoe industry, because the shoe industry is very heavily reliant on leather, and leather is a very cruel industry, and also it does a lot of damage for the environment. So today I'm very happy to have with me Maximilian Justus from Grounded People, who is the CEO of a company that has really innovated in that space. So I'm very happy to have Max with us today. Max, thank you very much for doing that interview. So first of all, I would like to know a little bit about your background and what motivated you to start Grounded People. How did it start? What was the spark behind it?
Well, I've always been interested in design and creation, and when I was younger, I had a few different businesses, and one of those businesses was doing direct-to-garment printing to make customized clothing for people. And so when I was doing the research and development for that company, I was looking into where the materials were being sourced from that we were printing on. And that's really when I started to realize how much waste is produced in the fashion industry, and started to think about different solutions that we could have where we could change that and motivate people to make the decision to purchase for a more sustainable future.
Is that important for you to try to kind of find solutions for big problems that are facing the planet right now?
Yeah, I think that should be, at the top of one of the requirements when doing a business or thinking about a new business would be to think of the solutions that you can offer, and not only a product or a service, but a way that you can in turn help other people and the environment as well through your actions.
Max, the challenges that we are facing as humanity as a whole when it comes to preserving that beautiful planet we have, and it's the only one we have, seems so daunting that I think many business owners kind of give up on the idea. They think that the changes they would implement would be kind of insignificant due to the scope of the issue. I don't believe that. I think everybody can participate, and if everybody does participate at their own level, it can make a huge difference. What is your feeling about that?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, and that's the reason why we actually picked the meerkat as our company logo. The meerkat is one of the most socially inclusive animals in the animal kingdom, and they actually work in communities of a minimum of 50 with very large numbers. So they always work as a team together, whether it's gathering food or creating new homes for themselves. They always work as a team, so it was our way of saying that if we work as a community and work together, that we can achieve a greater goal.
Why shoes? I mean, shoes is people take it for granted. They go to a store, they buy a pair of shoes. They don't think of the ripple effect that maybe that purchase can have on the environment. Also, of course, the animals, because I'm vegan, and for me, it's important to care for animals. So why shoes? Why did you pick shoes? You could have taken another direction.
Yeah. Well, shoes are really important because shoes people own large amounts of pairs of collections almost, and even just one pair of leather shoes, the amount of water that it takes to produce that, whether it's raising the cattle or the tanning for the hide, whatever the part of the process it is very detrimental against the environment. So one pair of leather shoes actually equivalents to 119 showers, and so if you're talking in drinking terms, at 2 liters a day, that's 10 years worth of drinking water for one person. So if we can change that and we can make it so that we're using cruelty-free methods of production, then it's much better for the environment as well.
There's another issue too. It's the amount of dyes and all the waste that lands up in the our water systems, in the rivers, in the ocean. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Because I think a lot of people don't know the damage that it can generate.
Definitely, yeah. When you're using dyes and chemicals, they go into the local ecosystem, which in turn end up going into the rivers and our oceans, in fact, as well. Everything is all connected, and if we're not smart with how we do things, then everybody is affected by the negativity of the production using dyes and chemicals when you're making shoes, or any other product, for instance.
And your shoes look fantastic. I
Thank you
was
very much,
wearing
thank you.
that red pair of shoes the other day at our event in Edmonton, and lots of people commented on them.
Yeah.
So the aesthetics do not have to be sacrificed.
Not at
but
all.
shoes can look fantastic and they are good for the environment.
Yeah, we like to say that we're making sustainable stylish.
Sustainable stylish, I like that.
Okay.
So could you tell us a little bit more about Grounded People? Tell us about the process that goes behind making the shoes, and also tell us a little bit about the different SKUs, the different lines you have.
Yeah, of course. So our shoes are made from recycled cotton. So where we get our textile from is a factory where they collect all the cotton that was previously used, and then they section it off into different color sections, and then that is reprinted out into new textile, which we use to create our shoes. The shoes are also made, the soles are made from rubber from a gum tree. And so the gum tree is a sustainable and renewable source because one tree can produce rubber for up to 30 years. We have a few different collections in our catalog. One of them would be the initial launch collection that we did, which is a very nice and earthy sort of tones. We don't do black or white. We decided to do more shades. So it's like a moonstone is what we call it. It's more of like a beige or a cream. And then we have another one which is called lead, which is sort of like a earthy, it's a little bit purplish of a tinge. We also have a spring collection that we've done, which is actually inspired after flowers. And the red ones that you were speaking about, those are the poppies. So we named them all after flowers. The inspiration was pulled from the beautiful colors that are in Mother Nature. And we also have a fall collection coming up that's going to be including some new winter colors as well as a winter boot that we're working on.
Tell me, why is it important to find ways to recycle cotton? I had no idea that cotton was actually creating some problems for the environment.
Definitely, yeah. Anytime that you can use a recycled material, it's always better for the environment as opposed to creating, new textiles or new materials. It's always better to reuse than it is to produce more. So actually there's 92 million tons worth of textile that get sent to landfills every year globally. So we're trying to reduce that amount. We're a small company, but we're trying to make some big steps towards a more sustainable future.
You're a small company maybe for now, but I think there is a huge potential for you as more and more people become aware of that problem. And really, it's not a sacrifice because the shoes are super comfortable and they look fantastic. But not only that, but you also innovate. Like, I was very interested to hear what you are trying to do in collaboration with OceanWise to try to improve our oceans who are in bad shape right now. Tell us a little bit about that, because I thought that was really fascinating.
Yeah. So we've teamed up with Ocean Legacy, and what we're trying to do is create full shoes, or the majority of the components that would be used to create the shoe, out of marine waste. So we're in the research and development phase right now, and we look to make a shoe completely out of marine waste. But it's something that we have to work on. Right now we're having some trouble with the texture of the marine waste once it's been turned into pellets. So what Ocean Legacy does is they collect all these different marine waste that they find, and they then transform that into pellets that can be then worked with to create different products. So right now we've managed to create a few different products, but nothing that we can substantially create a shoe from yet. But we're continuing our research and development, and we're looking forward to coming up with an idea where we can utilize the majority of the waste and turn it into a product that people can enjoy.
So even though it doesn't directly benefit the industry you're in right now, it doesn't directly benefit your company right now, by doing that R&D, you've already opened some solutions for other industries and products, like you were mentioning coat hangers. Yeah. It's a huge amount of waste in that space. Yeah. So that's really interesting because again, you are looking for ways to innovate and solve a problem.
Definitely, yeah. Even though we couldn't use it for our business or for our components for our shoes, that doesn't mean that other people wouldn't find it useful. So even though it's not something that's destined for us at this current time, we can still make a solution for something and in turn help other people and help the environment and the animals that are living in the ocean.
I mean, the animals, you're mentioning the animals. Is it one of your motivations? I understand, of course, the environment being a big one, the main one probably, but I mentioned the fact that the leather industry is very cruel. I don't know if you have any data or if you can give us your own feelings about that.
Yeah, I think it's just it's astonishing what we do to animals on this planet, and there's no need to. And just because they can't tell you that they're feeling pain, that doesn't necessarily mean that they don't experience it. So to look at another animal, another species as sort of something that you can use as you see fit is something that I find just disgusting. So I would like to change that, and I'd like to offer people more methods of cruelty-free production and to educate people more on the fact that we can be a cruelty-free society. And not only with the animals that we're affecting, but also the people. So, who's making the shoes? Is it people in conditions where they're safe working conditions? Are they being paid fair wages? These are all things that we're thinking about when we're designing the shoe and the production. So for us, it was really important to find the perfect manufacturing partner, and we managed to do that. We found a manufacturing partner which is the world's only 100% vegan shoe factory. And we actually pay 50% over what the national average is for someone working in a factory in Brazil. So through our partnership, our artisans who produce our shoes are able to establish a much higher quality of life for themselves and their families as well.
Well, thank you for mentioning that. There is no contradiction. You can be compassionate towards other animal beings, animals, and you can be compassionate towards people. And usually it goes hand in hand. I mean, I think cruelty breeds cruelty and indifference to pain and suffering. It starts with animals, it extends to humans. I mean, we see so many wars going on right now, the major war, and I think if more people were incorporating a plant-based lifestyle, reducing their consumption of meat and so on, we would be moving towards a more compassionate world.
A more socially conscious world for sure.
Yes, and you're a component of that. So let's look at the business side of things. It takes guts to start a business today. You started Grounded People on the tail end of COVID, of the big waves of COVID. Tell us about that and what motivated you and why do it now? I mean, was it synchronicity? What happened?
So we actually started our research and development just when COVID was happening. So for us, it was very interesting times. There was multiple times when the factories were shut down for weeks on end. So it sort of took a little bit longer than we were expecting it to. But we ended up doing it and creating a beautiful product that we think is something that the market needs and something that people would really enjoy. And also through our LACES program, where we've partnered with a bunch of different charity organizations, we can sort of spread awareness about those as well.
Are you marketing your shoes? Tell us about how you're marketing your shoes. Do you have ambassadors? Because I think that's a perfect product for that. If you have a couple of celebrities who start wearing the shoes, that would really help. So tell me, what are you doing in that space?
Definitely, yeah. So right now we're actually in talks with a few different celebrities about joining our team to help bring more awareness about the company to the public, the general public, and make sure that we can spread more of our mission and in turn help more people, whether it's our charity organizations or the people that were working in our factories being paid fair wages, or the animals which we're not using for products and instead we're friends with them. So, being able to make that wave and be able to spread more awareness about that through a partnership with a celebrity is very big for us. We're also working on a few different things as well with different influencers and different ambassadors But it's something that we wanted to do organically. So a lot of people have been contacting us and saying they really love what we're doing and they love our mission and they want to get on board. And we've collected that information, and now we're going to be reaching out to people to sort of create a bigger bubble and a sort of a spider web that connects everybody together and be able to offer more exposure to grounded people as well as the people that are supporting us as well.
And this is why probably being at Planted Expo was important for you. You had a chance to meet a lot of people there, and some of them can be influencers and wear your shoes and spread the word. So tell us a little bit more. To me, it's a social media play as far as one of the best ways to get the word out using social media with the shoes. So is it one of the methods that you're really using?
Yeah, definitely. Being surrounded by like-minded people is really important. So being at the Planted Expo was great for us because a lot of people aren't realizing that you can do vegan shoes, you can make cruelty-free products, but having people, even people that are attending the event who are avid veganists, they thought, what, shoes? So it was really cool to see their reactions to that, and the fact that we're able to offer that is just really, really great, and I think it's something that is going to be beneficial for the future for sure. But yeah, social media is definitely a way that we can spread more knowledge and awareness about grounded people, and other people can also share that as well. So growing our social media presence and educating people about what we're doing as a company is really important to us. So we're always out there, just creating different ideas, coming up with ways that we can spread love in the community and more awareness about our brand as well.
I really like the name of your company, Grounded People. It's interesting. I mean, there is a sense of community right there. There is a sense of, obviously grounded is a double meaning. Tell me about how you came up with the name of the company. For a lot of people who are thinking about starting a business, there's a lot of excitement around coming up with a name, and you write down a bunch of names on a piece of paper. And how did that happen? I'm curious to know.
So we just thought that it would be suitable for us because we want people to be grounded and connected to the earth and be able to appreciate Mother Nature for what she is, which is a beautiful being. So to not abuse Mother Nature and instead to work in turn with her is something that was really important to us. So being grounded, being connected to the earth, something that's really important for us, and it is in line with our value and our missions, is to support Mother Nature and work with her instead of against her.
And that happens through the shoes you wear too. Of course, you are grounded through your shoes as well. I mean, there are people who profess the benefits of walking barefoot.
Yeah,
to be more grounded.
Totally,
so
yeah.
It's all connected.
Yeah, our shoes are actually zero drop. So they're very close to it, but they're not conducting. But definitely having that closeness to the earth is very important. For sure.
Well, that's what I've been feeling when wearing them. I felt a feeling of lightness, and it's just like comfortable, in a way that is very organic and natural in a way. So maybe as very close to walking barefoot, actually.
Yeah, zero drop is very close.
Whereas some leather shoes that could be very expensive because very fancy are very uncomfortable at the same time.
They can definitely be uncomfortable for sure. Yeah, comfort was one of the most important things for us when creating the shoe. We wanted people to feel like they're walking on air or just walking on clouds. So it's really important for us to make sure that they're comfortable, sustainable, durable. The look is on point. It was really something that we included in our thought process when creating the shoe. So something else that we do as well is called Retraced, which is a blockchain technology, and that offers our clients to be able to full transparency with our company in showing all the components and how the shoe is made and where they come from. So on our website, you can actually select one of the shoes and you can follow the supply chain all the way up to where the zippers come from, where the laces come from, where the D-hooks come from. So every single component of the shoe can be retraced back to its factory where it started before it got to our manufacturing facility and was created into a shoe.
Thank you for mentioning that. I think today people are more educated than ever, and transparency is very important. And I think even from a marketing standpoint, we always encourage other business owners to be more transparent, be more genuine in how they communicate with their audience. Even if it means admitting some flaws, it's okay. People will really appreciate that. They want honesty. I think things have changed a lot when it comes to marketing. So that's very interesting that you have that transparency on the website and people can actually follow the journey of where their shoes come from.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you come up with that idea?
I just was looking for different technologies that I thought were innovative that we could include with our business. And that was one of the ones that I saw, and it really resonated with me. So I felt like, this is something that we really want to share with our clients because we're really proud of what we do. We're really proud of our manufacturing. We're really proud where our materials are sourced from. It's not something where we want to hide it all, so we may as well be fully transparent with our clients and show them. And like you said, there's always room for improvement and ways that we can make ourselves better, and that's something that we strive to do. But being able to offer, Retrace as a technology on our website is something that we're very proud of, and we look forward to being able to offer more transparency to our clients as well.
Makes it very interesting, and also it's a greater experience for your customers. It's also good as far as your website traction because people will spend more time on the website, which is good for organic SEO. So all of that makes sense. You have a strong connection with the beautiful country of Brazil. How did that happen?
Yeah, so when we were doing our manufacturing, we were looking for the best fit for us, manufacturing partners. So we had a few different companies, manufacturers that we were looking for, and we were in talks with. And what it really boiled down to was the factory that we chose, which is the world's only 100% vegan shoe factory. They work in small batches, they pay everyone fair wages, everything is above board, and we really trust the fact that we're able to rely on them for the adequate way that things should be produced, which is not through rushing things or treating people unfairly. We want to make sure that everyone's being paid fair wages. The materials that we're using are 100% sustainable, and making sure that we're not becoming a negative company and creating more negativity as opposed to coming up with solutions for things. So that was one of the main reasons why we picked that manufacturer, was because they provided much more depth in what they were doing, and we thought that was really important for us as a company to be in line with that and be in line with our values.
And you're really involved with them. You just told me you're going back to Brazil in a few weeks, and so it seems to me that you're involved in the process. It's kind of it's important for you. Definitely. Where the shoes are made, how they are made, the people you're working with, far away, but at the same time you're very involved.
Yeah, it's something that is dear to my heart because it's these people are creating beautiful items, and we're able to share that with our clients. And so there's a real appreciation for what they do. And the fact that our shoes are made almost entirely by hand is even more important to us. So yeah, I do have a strong connection with Brazil, and I can't wait to go back and spend more time with them.
It seems to me, Max, that you are taking your time to do things right. You're thinking about the process. This is not a quick, get-rich-quick kind of plan. That's my feeling. You're surrounding yourself with a few retailers right now who are ethical, who have a set of values. They're not very big, but they are aligned with your set of values. Of course, you're selling from your website as well, but it seems to me that you're taking it like one step at a time, as they say,
yeah.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Yeah, we like to do things organically and not rush, and make sure that things are getting done properly. So it's really important to us not to just because something is shiny and it's new, that doesn't necessarily make a good fit for us. So taking our time, being patient, and just sort of, reviewing things properly, making sure that everything is in line with our morals as a company and what we believe in. So yeah, we like to do things, maybe not the fastest, but we'd like to take our times with things and make sure that we're doing it right the first time.
And what motivates you to get up in the morning? I'm curious to know, on a day-to-day basis, yes, you're probably obviously dealing with day-to-day issues, problems, emails, like everybody else. But at the same time, if you look at what you do every day, what part of it is really motivating you the most?
what we have to offer to people is something that I find incredibly valuable, and being able to be a solution as opposed to something that could be negative is something that I really think is important. So that's what motivates me every day to get up, to get out, make sure things are happening, make sure we're progressive with the business, new ways of innovation is really important to me. So that's why I get up and I do it every morning. Is I really do enjoy what I do, and I really look forward to being able to provide more solutions and more innovative ways that we can help people through our production, whether it's fair wage, cruelty-free, what the materials that we're using, whatever it is. Being able to sort of be a day maker for somebody. They get to go to the factory and make the shoes, and they're happy to do that. They're happy to be there, and we're happy to make sure that we're just taking the right steps for the right direction.
Max, I always feel like we really can't do much about what is out of our control, what is happening at the other end of the world, but we can make a difference, even if it's a small difference, in an area where we have the power to have a positive impact. And I wanted to share with you my feeling about the fact that when people get dressed in the morning and they get ready to go to work, or they get ready to go on a date, or something like that, and they put a pair of shoes that they really like, you're making them happy at that time. And on top of it, if you can, when they put these shoes on and they wear these shoes and they know that they're wearing shoes that are actually making a difference, as far as at least not participating to a cycle of cruelty and pollution and so on, it's profound in a way. Definitely. It's a little thing, but it is profound.
Yeah, I mean, all the little things add up. They definitely do. And so if you can change someone's day and make it better and put a smile on their face by providing them with a nice pair of shoes that is cruelty-free and sustainable, then it's definitely something that I'm happy to provide, for sure. Yeah, I agree with you for that. Having a new pair of shoes can definitely change someone's mind and motivate them to make a difference and just be happy.
Max, what is your hope or your vision for the future at Grounded People? Can you share with us a little bit about your goals there for Grounded People?
Yeah, definitely. We want to become one of the leading sustainable brands available on the market. And I think that's going to be really beneficial for the different charity organizations that we work with as well. So being able to spread awareness about the organizations that we work with in our LACES program is something that is really beneficial to me, because I appreciate the people that we work with, and I think that if we can help people by providing a solution, but also something that is stylish and cool and make it sort of something that's fun for people to be included in, then more people will want to join our movement.
You started your company, basically the R&D anyway, during COVID. It came with a set of challenges you had to overcome, especially when you start a business. Do you have a piece of wisdom that you'd like to share for other business owners who are on Bizwell Studio and watching this interview? Anything that you could share that maybe could give them ideas or inspiration or hope?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. So I think the most important thing when starting a new business is having an open mind. So, a lot of time you might get stuck on an idea and think that this is the be-all and end-all, and that's just not how it is sometimes. So being able to come up with different solutions for whatever the problem is that you're facing is something that is really important as an entrepreneur. Being able to pivot and think of new ideas on the fly is something that's really important. So having an open mind, looking at a problem and thinking, okay, there's not only one solution, but there's many different solutions to this. And so thinking from that perspective is something that's really important.
The sky is the limit. Max, I wish you the best for Grounded People. I think you have a huge potential because it is still new. People have been experimenting with pineapple leather. They've been experimenting.
Mushroom. It's something that's been around for, obviously forever. So the fact that we're kind of circling back to it right now and thinking of different ways that we can use the materials that we have available is really interesting, and I think it's something that's really cool.
Thank you so much, Max, and all the best to you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.